Vă invităm să vizionăm împreună testimoniale ale unor cetățeni care au beneficiat de compensații
of some nationals that benefited from compensations during cold period of the year thanks to the support provided by the government and the European Union. Last year, just like many other citizens of the Republic of Moldova, I have benefited from compensations for natural gas, for electricity, and for the gas that was used by our gas stove, for district heating, gas, and electricity. It helped us, in particular, to spend this money for the district heating, and we counted on support from our partners from the EU, and the support came right in time. Europe was with us, and this was obvious. There were no compensations. If there have been no compensations, our family would have spent much more. And thanks to the compensations for heating and electricity, we could go through the winter successfully, and many benefited from this compensation. It was difficult for us to pay for our bills, but thank you very much for the compensations. Yes, we really hope to have compensations. Everything is very expensive and would be really great. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce the ceremony of signing the letter of intent to amend the agreement on strengthening the statehood and resilience of the Republic of Moldova, and it will be signed by the Minister of Economy and Digitalization, and for the European Union, Hart Kopman, the Director General of the Negotiations and Extension.
Letter of intent regarding the amendment to the State and Resilience Building contract for the Republic of Moldova. For the Republic of Moldova, it is signed by Mr. Dumitru Alaiba, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Economic Development and Digitalization. For the European Commission, it is signed by Mr. Hertian Kopman, Director General of the European Commission's Director General for European Neighborhood and Enlargement Negotiations.
Dear President Maia Sandu, dear President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen, dear colleagues, the following we shall have this press statements on the occasion of the visit to the Republic of Moldova of the President Ursula von der Leyen. Dear President von der Leyen, dear Ursula, I'm happy to see you in Chisinau for the second time this year. Your visit for us is an important signal of support for the Republic of Moldova and for its European path. We had a very good discussion with Ms. President about the situation in the Republic of Moldova and the progress that the Republic of Moldova has achieved in its European Union accession. And I have reiterated that our country, our team, does its best to fulfill all the commitments to begin the accession negotiations as soon as possible. I would like to assure you, dear President, taking this opportunity too, that our institutions are fully engaged in this process and that we are working, all of us, day and night to make this wish possible, become reality as soon as possible. I have said this, and I would like to repeat, Moldova's accession into the European Union is not only a political choice, it is the only way to protect our freedom, peace and democracy. Yesterday, I have presented my vision on ensuring the security of the Republic of Moldova, and I said that our willingness to join the European Union follows or is based on our wish to modernize and economically develop the Republic of Moldova, as well as to safeguard security, energy, cyber, information, military, the security of all our citizens. We are strong and safe not only when we expect and receive support, but also when we contribute to peace and security on the European continent. Recently, the Republic of Moldova has become a participating state to the civil protection mechanism of the European Union. It is an important step in our European integration process. We are grateful for the assistance that we had benefited from in the previous crisis, and now we are prepared not only to receive but also to provide support during natural disasters and crises. In such a way, together we'll build a safer and a stronger Europe. And today, with President von der Leyen, we had discussed the continuous and consistent support provided by the EU to the Republic of Moldova. I have expressed our appreciation for the proposal of the European Commission to increase assistance for our country within the framework of the revision of the multi-annual financial framework 2021-2027. We also appreciate the support package provided by the European Commission to mitigate the negative impact that we had been feeling because of Russia's aggression against Ukraine. Our country becomes safer and safer thanks to European funds from the peace facility, which helps us upgrade the security sector. Also, I would like to welcome the activity of the partnership mission of the European Union with the Republic of Moldova, whose mandate actually focuses on building our capacity to cope with hybrid attacks. EU accession brings more and more specific benefits to the citizens of the Republic of Moldova. Today, 60% of our exports go to the European market. Moldova is party to the joint platform of the EU for purchasing gas, which means that we can access new sources of gas at competitive prices. And in less than 3 months, from starting January 1st, we shall have cheaper phone conversations when we travel to the member states of the European Union. I would like to thank Ms. President for personally engaging in making this possible. Speaking about energy, I would like to sincerely thank the European Commission and you personally for the support provided to the people of the Republic of Moldova, in particularly those with fewer revenues that had benefited from compensations in their bills in the last 2 winters. And you had seen actually in this little video some of the beneficiaries that expressed their appreciation of the support. And I'm happy to be able to announce that by the end of this year we shall disburse another 105 million euros designated for the Energy Vulnerability Reduction Fund. The support of the European Union has proved and continues to prove in these difficult years that solidarity is actually the basis, the cornerstone on which the EU has been built and still operates. And this is why we want so much to become party to this union, to join this peace and prosperity, shared prosperity project in which countries are solidary with one another and contribute to the promotion of our joint and shared values. And to conclude, I would like to reiterate that on the 21st of May this year, the people of our country and Moldovans from abroad have expressed clearly and the belief that the future of the Republic of Moldova is in the European Union. In spite of the challenges, there is one certain thing. One day, not too far away from today, we shall join the big European family. And on this path, I'm happy to know that we have you, dear President von der Leyen, next with us and all of your colleagues from the European Union. Thank you. And the floor is offered to Ms. von der Leyen, please.
Thank you very much, dear Maia, Madam President. It is very good to see you again. We saw each other at the European Political Community in Granada last week. And indeed, as you said, 6 months ago, you also hosted this very special summit of the European Political Community right here in Chisinau, and you did it brilliantly. It was natural for us to gather here in Moldova because Europe's heart beats so strongly here. Moldova has shown time and again how vibrantly European it is and how deeply committed it is to its EU accession path. This is what I'm here to talk about today. As you know, at the beginning of November, the Commission will present its annual report on enlargement. Along with others, it will assess Moldova's progress as a candidate country. And this assessment will then feed into the crucial discussions at the December European Council summit. So the stakes are very high. These discussions will have a direct impact on your future as an EU country. So allow me to make 2 points on the ongoing assessment. First, you are making excellent progress. And I'm very impressed to see Moldova's determination to move forward. This is thanks to your leadership, Maia, and to the hard work of the Moldovan people. And we are very grateful for that. Second, I encourage you to continue to actively participate in this accession process. Only you can do it. We have reviewed your progress on the latest reforms and on the challenges you are facing, and now it's time to be focused and to double down on every effort, because you can do it. Moldova has already come such a long way, despite so many obstacles and the Russian threat to its democracy, from pressure on your energy system to vicious attempts to undermine your sovereignty, through blackmail, hybrid attacks and disinformation. I have said it from the very beginning, the EU's solidarity with Moldova is unshakable. And this is underpinned by action. Let me mention 5 points. First of all, we have been providing unprecedented financial support to Moldova, 1.2 billion euros since October 2021. And of course, more is coming. And I'm happy to say that we will disburse still this year an additional almost 143 million euros in budget support and macrofinancial assistance. Among others, indeed, this funding will go to vulnerable households of Moldova who must deal with the high energy prices, and we've just seen the testimonials in the video. Second, our economic and investment plan is also fully at work. With 900 million euros mobilized so far, this money has been invested in the competitiveness of Moldovan businesses, in better energy efficiency, meaning lower energy bills for citizens, and in infrastructure that brings you closer to us through, for example, the Trans-European Network for Transport. The third point, we are working on the package of concrete support measures I presented here in Chisinau back in May. Together, we are making Moldova more resilient against security threats of all kinds. So far, Moldova's armed forces have benefited from 87 million euros worth of European Peace Facility support, and we are working on a new envelope of 50 million euros for 2024. So, Moldova is set to become one of the main beneficiaries of the Peace Facility. Fourth, I'm also pleased that the EU Partnership Mission to Moldova is now fully operational. It will be a crucial ally in our fight against hybrid and cyber threats. We need you on our side. In today's world, security, of course, also includes energy security. And indeed, we have not forgotten how difficult the last winter has been, but we've made it by standing together, by being jointly facing the challenges and overcoming them. So this is a big story of success, but it also shows how important it is to stand by each other. This is why it is so important that also Moldova now can participate in our joint gas purchase platform. This allows all of us 27 member states with Moldova, with Ukraine, Norway and Serbia to pull our weight, to secure supplies and to negotiate good prices. And finally, on a very practical note, we will start indeed lowering the roaming charges between the European Union and Moldova as of the 1st of January. This was very dear to my heart. It will make it easier to travel, and it's a great way to bring people together as they experience traveling through the European Union. And we have found a way to waive the fees for the EU programs. We want you in these programs. It's good to have you here. For example, Horizon Europe, the excellent research program, but also the Union Civil Protection Mechanism. We are very proud that you joined. We need you. You are excellent in this field. And of course, the Connecting Europe facility. Dear Maia, you have long proven that your future is in our union. By standing up for the values we hold dear, democracy, freedom, and solidarity. Most recently, you welcomed your neighbors from Ukraine, whom you sheltered from the war. You are playing a vital role in the success of our solidarity lanes, bringing much-needed grain in and out of Ukraine. And here, too, we will invest in your regions so that they develop to good transport hubs with modern facilities. You have once more shown that the European Union can really count on you. So, well done. I'm glad to have you by my side. Let's keep up the good work, and we hope to welcome you soon as a full member of our family. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Stimați colegi din presă, vom lua câte două.
Dear colleagues from the media, 2 questions for each of the officials, please. Several questions from Ms. von der Leyen. Dear Madam, there is a wide and broad consensus among European leaders on the Moldova's accession to the EU. So 2030 would be this is a question, would 2030 be a real timeline for Moldova's accession? And when will Moldova be ready to start the negotiations?
The translation was there. Thank you very much. So, the accession process is a merits-based process. That is very important. And Moldova has proven in the last months how determined and fast Moldova is moving on in reforming the country and bringing it closer to the European Union. There is no such thing like a fixed date, but it's a merits-based process, so those who really work hard can join earlier. And as I said, Moldova in the last month, it was impressive to see the progress that you've made.
Colegii din presă vor vorbi de la microfonul meu.
So the colleagues will use my public TV station. My question is for Ms. von der Leyen. How could EU ensure that Moldova's path would not be detoured by Russia, especially in the eve of winter?
I think during the last winter we have proven that by standing together, facing the challenges, we had a massive blackmail by Russia, cutting our natural gas supply and cutting your natural gas supplies. This triggered a major energy crisis. We should not forget that last year in summer, the prices were 10 times higher than they are today. Today they are back to pre-war level. But we made it by standing together. We showed a lot of solidarity. We worked very hard to diversify away from Russia. Friends stepped in and helped us. Like, for example, Norway. We invested massively in renewable energy, so that last year the European Union for the first time produced more electricity from sun and wind than from gas. But most importantly is The solidarity and the standing together made it possible that we went through this crisis successful. And therefore, the answer is to show what democracy can deliver, to show to people what freedom and solidarity, the true values of the European Union, can unleash and the forces they can develop. It is important to prove to people that's the better way to choose. And therefore, I'm very confident that people have choices that they can make.
Любовь Пламадала, TV8, Ms. Maia Sandu. I would like to know how many out of those 9 conditionalities have been achieved so far, which ones are still not fulfilled, and if it would be real to fulfill them by the end of this year to start the accession negotiations. I think we have to be patient and wait for the European Commission report in November and see an objective assessment of our efforts. Otherwise, we know which are the areas that we have to keep up doing the work. And first of all, these efforts refer to the reform of the justice, fight against corruption, and our efforts to de-oligarchize or remove the vulnerabilities which have led in the past to our state becoming captured by vested interests. And we are engaged in this process in spite of the impediments and in spite of the resistance that we see every day from people that have ill intentions in the system. We continue to work till the report of November. We will continue working after the assessment report in November, and we appreciate what the President has said, and we have heard an appreciation of our effort. We are, however, determined to do everything we have to on time so that we can continue confidently on the path that we had chosen. And I'd like to reiterate, it is not only a political choice, a political decision. This is the only option when we can consolidate and keep our democracy. Thank you. The event is over. Please a joint photo.